everybody. Been a while. Been a long while. I had kind of walked away from it. Just because I had a lot going on. Life was crazy. I was, just super busy with work and all the stuff I kept saying over and over again in every video. It seemed like felt like a real broken record, But things are starting to calm down a little more now. Gracie's 3 now, and not as needy for attention, and I'd actually gotten a message from somebody. Can't remember who now. See if I can find it real quick. I got a message saying that I should get back to doing videos, and yeah. Cindy Vincenzo, looks like. Do more videos. Your videos are soothing. Yeah, I've been meaning to get back to it. Maybe I should. So thank you, Cindy. I'm back at it. I don't know if I'm gonna bother doing the intros and outros anymore, just because that's one of the most time-consuming parts of editing. So got some good old Borkham original in the Damiano Rivero that my wife got for me for Christmas a couple of years ago. I think it was almost 3 years ago now. Maybe even 4. Shoot, I don't know. It's been a while. No, it had to have been 3. Well, could be almost 4 now. Now that I think about it, because I started smoking a pipe in 2016, so it's been almost 4 years. I have tried a handful of new tobaccos. We'll do a catch-up. I don't really have any new stuff right now to do a review on. Well, I do, but it was John Cotton's Double Pressed Virginia, which I bought based on Bradley's review. Stuff and things. I'm sure everybody knows who I'm talking about. But yeah, he just did John Cotton's Double Pressed Virginia, and yeah, he's right. That stuff is good. So, but yeah, I've done I'll get all my newer tins. I'll double check the last review that I did, and then I'll go through my tins. I don't think there was anything that I tried that I didn't like, and there's a lot of good. I did try quite a few new good tobaccos. I also thought, for fun and a little bit of variance, I'll start talking about some other things that I do and I'm into. Do some other videos. Let's see, I just purchased firearms for the first time in my life. I grew up around guns. I did a brief stint in the Army. Always enjoyed firearms, but just buying them myself was never really big enough priority to worry about it, or to put that amount of money towards it. But we had quite a bit of extra money this year towards the beginning of the year, so my wife and I decided to go ahead and invest in some firearms. So we got her a nice semi-automatic 9mm pistol, a wall fitter CCP. It's a nice pistol. She likes it. I got a Mossberg 500 security 12 gauge, which is nice. And being left-handed, I was, concerned about the shells discharging on the right side, but yeah, not an issue. They go right by my face. Don't even come close to it. That was cool. And then I built an AR, which was fun. That was a cool, fun experience. I wish I could afford to do it all the time, but there's no reason. I've got one now, so might do a video about some of that stuff. I haven't gotten to much golfing this year. I've only gotten to go out once, but I did get a new driver in Fairway Woods off eBay. I spent like right around $200. I got head coverage for all three of them, and the tool for them, because they're adjustable. The adjustable shafts, so that's pretty cool. And it didn't fix my golf swing, but it did help. So the one time I went out and played this year, I was showing some signs of improvement. Even though my score wasn't any better, I was hitting the ball better at times. So wow, so much has happened. It's nice to have different things to tell you guys, though. Kind of, have a little variety. My stepson, Elijah, he's 9 now. Last time you guys saw him, he was like 5. So, but he's gotten into archery. I just was talking about firearms, and I've always been more of a gun guy. My dad was a kind of an all-around hunter. He did bow hunting and firearm hunting, but I never got into archery. Just not that I ever had anything against it. It just wasn't what I was, just didn't hold any real attraction for me enough to get into it. Especially in like my early teen years, when I got into playing guitar, that was my priority, and that's what I spent any money I had on. We had got him a bow when he was like 5 or 6. It was one of those just like little, age appropriate compound bows, but he outgrew it. But he was still wanting to shoot, and so I had an account with Gunbroker from building my AR, and so like late June, I just got this random email from Gunbroker, and they were like, "Oh, check out, what else we have." I didn't realize they had anything besides like firearms on there, but they got everything: camping gear, survival gear, all that, archery, everything. But it was like archery. I'm like, oh, here we go. Elijah needs a new bow. I can probably get a really good deal, and I did. I got him a Barnett Vortex, and the cheapest I've seen those things are like $160. I won an auction for one for $99. So it was $134 after shipping. So it was a good deal. And so I've been learning to help him with his archery. I've been learning all kinds of stuff now about archery, and to do the research. Luckily, my dad, he used to be a bow hunter. He doesn't do it anymore, but he still had all of his tools and everything. So I was able to borrow his bow toolbox, be able to set up Elijah's bow, and yeah, we got her all set up, and boy, he loved it. So that was pretty cool. And he just now he wants to shoot every chance he gets. We just set it up a week ago. We got it set up, and he's been every opportunity he gets, he wants to shoot. So that's pretty cool. And I've gotten back into some guitar playing again. Guitar's just been sitting in the living room mostly. I just didn't have time to pick it up and play. But I wanted to. I installed a humbucker in my acoustic guitar, and the electron, the knobs and everything like that. Passive system. It's not active. Just really old school. I wanted to get that like early Beatles plugged in acoustic sound, like on I Feel Fine. If you listen, the guitar sound that they're achieving is that's the I can't remember if it was Epiphone or Gibson acoustics that they had. And they had a single coil up by the neck, but that's that sound of putting an actual pickup into an acoustic guitar, and not a pre-made acoustic electric, like an Ovation or something like that. It's designed that way. My phone's going off. Probably just should have left that in the house. But the grounding system, I struggled with creating a good grounding system for it. So I finally thought of a new idea and just did that. I don't know. I finished it last week, and I don't know. I'd worked on it a little bit for a few hours on a Saturday, a week or two before that. I got new knobs for the volume pot and tone pot because one of the dogs, at some point in my life, I'm not sure which one, it was either Lily or Sally. One of those two dogs chewed up my tone knob when I had the guitar apart. And my strap buttons. My bridge pins were the original ones from that guitar, which from 1993 or 4, and they were literally crumbling apart. You just touch them and they break. So I replaced those, put some new strings on it. Pretty stoked about that. Start playing a little more here and there. Had quite a few cool adventures too. Last summer, or the summer before, it was either 2018 or 2019, we went up to Wisconsin. I can't remember if I've made videos since then or not. Or if I've made a video where I've talked about this. I'll have to look. I'll go to mine. Well, yeah, I guess I made a video a year ago. So yeah. So yeah, I think it was 2018. Did the family trip up to Wisconsin with my family, and that was a cool experience. But the resort that we always stayed at, my family's been going to for 40 years or more, was actually sold, and they closed the resort and sold off the cabins as like personal cabins. So it's not like one person owns all the cabins anymore and rents them out. It's the cabins were all sold to different individuals. So it's no longer a resort. But at least I got to take my daughter up there. Yeah, it would have had to have been 2018 because she was a year old. Yeah. And then this past the end of December and beginning of January, New Year's, that week, we actually went out to California. My first time I've gone to California, and visited with Rachel's family out there, her mother and her sister, and they live just north of San Francisco, so I got to go see San Francisco and see the typical stuff you would expect. Golden Gate Bridge, of course, Golden Gate Park, and Haight-Ashbury, and we walked all over the place. We ate at some really nice restaurants. We ate at the street taco place in Haight-Ashbury, but I ate nopales for the first time, which nopales is prickly pear cactus, and man, is that stuff good. Oh man, it's the flavor, it's almost like mixed between apples and green vegetables, and just sweet, but like green vegetable sweet, and it's really good. So I'll probably throw together like a little slideshow or something for the end of this video, and some of the pictures that I took there. Alcatraz. I went to Alcatraz, which was awesome. If anybody out there has never been to San Francisco and you're able to go check out Alcatraz. Man, we walked the pier. The ferry that we took over from where Rachel's sister lives, pulled in to the port of San Francisco, so I got a cool shot of that. It was really neat. Man, and this summer, it's just been like running a gauntlet, between, everything that we have going on anyway, work, and then like starting in May, we've got Mother's Day, and then Gracie's birthday, and then in June we've got Father's Day, my wife's birthday, her father's birthday. In July is my mom's birthday, my niece's birthday, 4th of July, of course. And then August is Elijah's birthday. So we had, just this craziness in that time. Also, my nephew and my cousin both graduated from high school, so we had 2 graduation parties to go to. My cousin lives down in Indianapolis, so we were like, well, if we're gonna drive all the way to Indianapolis, we'll just stay somewhere down there and take the kids to Indianapolis Zoo. Got a bunch of cool pictures from that. We went and saw the dolphin show, and they have a cool thing down there where I can't remember what the age cutoff is, but you can take the kids back there and they can actually like pet the dolphin, and like have this up close personal experience with the dolphins. So Rachel did that with him. He really thought that was cool. And of course we went camping just last week. And that was really cool. Camping with a 3-year-old and a 9-year-old, it was a hassle at times, but it was fun. We went and hiked some trails and went to different nature preserve areas over in Indiana, just outside of Lafayette, Indiana. And there was actually like a hunting and fishing shop there in Lafayette where we were able to pick up some of the extra little things we needed to get Elijah's bow set up. Say the bow I picked out for him was like completely adjustable, the draw length, the draw weight, and all that stuff. So we had to set it, as low as we could get it, the shortest draw length and the lightest weight, because it's actually meant for a little bit older than him, but the kid's a beast. He's like 85 pounds, which, 9 years old, and he's only like a foot and a half shorter than me, and he's 85 pounds, so kid's a beast, he's strong. So this bow, he's able to use it just fine, but we still had to dial it back to its lowest settings for him. So we did that, and also I've noticed I used to never be concerned with knives ever. And it's not that I'm concerned with knives now, but somehow all of a sudden I have like a knife and cutting implement collection that I never intended to have. So I figured that would be today's little video, instead of just talking about pipe tobacco, doing reviews. I've gotten into what some people call it everyday carry, but just tools and implements to carry with you. And so, although one of these is definitely not that, I should have brought my e-tool out here. I have an actual military e-tool that I bought from a military surplus store, and I always take that camping with us because you never know when you're going to need something like that. But so as far as the tools go, every man should have something. I've started carrying this at work with me because I've gotten into a couple situations where I wished I had it. So this is a Gerber suspension NXT or Next. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but I got this for less than $40 off of Amazon, and it's nice quality. It's got a handful of tools on here. It's got Phillips head screwdriver, an awl that nobody knows what an awl is supposed to be for, and then a little file with some almost pointless measuring marks on there. But yeah, a little file, and that works actually pretty well. I've used it for a couple of different things, including filing my nail after I messed it up folding it out. It's got a fairly decent blade with a nice edge on it and partial serration. It's been a pretty good blade there. Let's see, flathead screwdriver, can opener, which I actually have used. When we went camping last week, we decided to just cook the baked beans in the can in the fire, so I just used that to just vent the can a little bit. And then it's got these little mini scissors, which I have also used and worked pretty well, actually, for being such an inexpensive, I'm not going to say cheap, because cheap implies that it's not quality, so inexpensive. And it's got a nice little locking mechanism for the different tools in there. It works pretty well, and for $40, that's something you can get, and If you trash it on accident, well, you're not out a whole lot, but pretty good. Of course, it's got pliers and wire cutters on there. And one of the situations that I got myself into was I have to use a CB at work, and the spring in my mic, my CB mic for the push button thing, the little spring in there broke, and so I took a click style ink pen and took the spring out of that and had to break it. And this whole time I'm like, I took my CB mic apart and I'm flipping the switch back and forth with my thumb while I'm in between trying to make this new spring to put into the to the mic to make it work again. So that was an adventure. But yeah, that was after that day. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna carry that all the time. The knife, what I used to carry to work every day, was this fairly cheap mossy oak knife that actually my mother-in-law bought when she was here one time. She bought it from Big R, which is it's called Stock and Field now. But she was wanting to cut a cardboard box, like a door in it, for the kids to play with, and she could only find steak knives in our house, so I think she paid like $5 for this thing. But for $5, this has been a good knife. I had to do a little bit of work on it. Put some good old 3-in-1 in the hinge there to make it a nice, smooth thing there. So, but yeah, I relied on this for quite a long time, and it did all right. Then there's my good old survival knife here that I always take camping with me, which is I think I paid $8 for this thing on Amazon. But it's alright knife. Works. Came with a little magnesium fire starter stick, which we used last week to start fires. I don't remember when I got this knife. It was a while ago. I think it was actually Elijah was 4 or 5, so it would have been. Well, yeah, it was the last time we went camping, and he was 5. He had just turned 5. So yeah, it would have been 4 years ago. So 2016. But yeah, I've had to sharpen it. The edge that came on it wasn't very good, but it does hold a good edge once it's sharpened. So for $8, I mean, the dreaded made in China, but it is stainless steel, and it doesn't hold a bad edge at all. So $8. It's not. Could be worse. I mean, you know how it is. Sometimes you get a good deal on something. Something is inexpensive and it works just fine. And sometimes you get screwed. So, let's see. The other knife. This one was a Christmas present from my brother-in-law in California, Chris Mackey. Really cool guy, just absolutely really cool guy, really nice guy, good human being. But it is an actual buck folding pocket knife, and it's one of the larger ones, so this thing was not inexpensive. And he actually got these for all the guys in the family, so but yeah, this is a nice knife. This thing, I use this as sparingly as possible, as to not do any damage to it or put it at risk unnecessarily. Nice actual leather case that it came in, so it's, I think that's I'm very careful with that thing. Then the newest edition is accidental edition here. My wife, ironically, even though she's a pistol owner and I'm a rifle owner, she is a member of the NRA, and I'm not. I probably should be, but they sent her a knife, and somehow they ended up sending her a second one, so now I've got one, and it's a little tight. Still needs to be loosened up some. Doesn't got the nice little clip thing on there. It's gotta give a little wrist flip to get it out, one-handed like that. So it'll get there. Just oil it up and give it some time, let it loosen up on its own. Yeah, it's a good-looking knife too. It's got a nice edge on it. It's not terrible. It's nothing spectacular, but so. And then my good old camping hatchet, which is actually when I was looking down, I'm actually sharpening everything back up after going camping. So that's kind of what inspired the video. It's like, oh, you know, I gotta sharpen everything up before I put it away, and it's like, oh, I need to make a YouTube video. I was like, hey, I just kill two birds with one stone. So yeah, it's been a long rambling video, and I can see from my clock I'm already over 30 minutes, but you know, it's been a while, so I figured I'd maybe give everybody something a little extra. Like I said, I'll probably go in and cut some dead space out, things like that, and try and shave this video down a little bit so I can cut in slideshow. Or maybe I'll just do a separate slideshow and show some pictures of everything, you know, not just San Francisco, but you know, all the pictures we're taking of the kids. Oh yeah, we took a trip to Indiana Beach over in Indiana, an amusement park called Indiana Beach. Forgot about that one. Jeez. Yeah, so maybe I'll just do a separate video after this, you know, just a slideshow, some music on there. I'll probably have to find a significant amount of music. So yeah, until next time, hopefully be next week. Maybe I'll get back to at least every other week for now, maybe. So maybe 2 weeks from now, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but either every week or every other week putting out a video. Get back to some more pipe tobacco talk. Do some other things, maybe some guitar stuff, maybe some gun stuff. We'll see what happens. Maybe some golf stuff. Although I'm not a good golfer. So, there's the other golfers out there. You're not going to learn anything from me. Might give you something to laugh about, but so till next time, take her easy.